describe weightlessness? Over.
Alexander, yes I can, but I think you might be disappointed by the answer because weightlessness is very, very normal after a while. So if you were up here with me, we would be talking just floating in weightlessness, but we wouldn't think anything about it because we get used to it so quickly. The human body is amazing in how it adapts to things. So some things are harder than in weightlessness because everything wants to float away, so my pens and my spoons always want to float away. But also on the other hand, you can carry heavy things without any effort, just with one finger, and that makes it very convenient. Over.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I am worried about climate change. Can you see the impact of this when you look down on Earth? Over.
Hey Jonathan, I think it's a good thing that you're worried about this because this is something that we all need to be worried about. Yes, we can see some impacts like glaciers in the mountains getting shorter or lakes drying out. That's climate change. I guess from up here when we look down on this planet, it becomes very obvious that everything that we have down there is a resource that is finite, that has an end. It's not endless, right? So everything that we use, all the resources in the ground, or even the air that we breathe, the energy, it all has an end. So I think we should change our way of viewing things to make sure that we treat them accordingly. Over.
Hello, my name is Cas. Was it your childhood dream to go to space? Over.
Hey Cas. Oh, I had a lot of children's dreams. So one of them was floating to space, but I had a few other things that I wanted to try. Also, I wanted to be a scientist. I also wanted to be a firefighter. So I tried the various things, and in the end, I became an astronaut. But I think it's not so important to become what we wanted to be as a child, because sometimes those things change. I think it's important that every decision that we take in life, we do it in a way that we do what the things we like, and that makes also that we're good at those things. And if we have opportunities, that we take advantage of them. So if something comes your way that you like to do and you think you would be good at it, well, give it a try and don't give up. Over.
Hello, I'm Martedì. My question is, if you could travel to Mars, would you do so even if you knew you couldn't come back? Over.
You know, before I was flying to space, I might have even answered that question with yes. But having been up here in space, away from our lovely planet Earth, I realized that I'm a human, I belong to Earth. I like to go out and have adventures. I like to go out to explore, right, the universe. I like to see different things. But in the end, I'd like to come back to our planet Earth because it's so beautiful and it's so valuable, and it's the only place that we have that is so special. So if I knew I will not be able to come back, I guess I would not go. But then, of course, when we go to Mars, and I would love to go there, there's always a risk that something goes wrong. So this is something else. We understand that if we fly to space, then something could always happen, and we have a risk that we cannot come back. That is, I think, for me, okay. But if somebody told me you're not allowed to come back right from the beginning, I would not go. Over.
Hello, my name is Franz, and my question is, can you make music in space? Because sound can only travel in air, and there is no air in space. Over.
Yeah, okay, I'm unfortunately not the real expert on music, but my colleagues up here, Sergey, he has a guitar, and he's really good at playing the guitar in the inside of the space station. On the outside, that wouldn't work. You're completely right, because there's no air, so nobody would hear it, and there would not be sound generated by the instruments. So music is unfortunately limited to the inside of the space station. Over.
Hello, my name is Adrian. There is no running water in space. How do you supply enough water? Over.
Yeah, Adrian, that's really a problem for us, of course, because we need to bring all the water that we use. We bring that from Earth, and that is heavy, of course, and it's not easy to bring all that up here. That's why we're trying to conserve the water as much as possible and reuse also the old water. So we have a very good life support system that even reuses the water from urine, from the air that we breathe out, and it makes it very clean again, and then we can reuse it. By the way, that's the same, it works on Earth. Over.
Hello, I'm Laura. How many
many degrees Celsius is it in the space station, and how many degrees is it outside? Over.
Hey, Rowan. So on the inside we have about 21 degrees. Pretty nice. We can float around in t-shirts. But on the outside, we cannot measure temperature because vacuum does not have a temperature. We can just measure the surface temperature of the space station, and that varies. If it's in the sun, it's about plus 130 Celsius, so more hot than boiling water. And if it's in the shade, it can cool down to minus 130, so it's very, very cold. And every time we fly around the Earth, that changes, of course. Over.
Hello, I'm Mariam. Which experiments do you do on the ISS which circumstances are not possible down on Earth? Over.
Oh, really good question, Maya. We do a lot of experiments taking away the factor of gravity. Like if you want to study how different metals in the molten metals mix up, we can only do that up here where those metals mix up nicely. If we try the same experiment on the ground, it would not work. There's no way to perform those experiments on Earth. Or another one is, for example, we look at cancer cells. So we grow cancer tumors in a way, and they grow differently from Earth. On Earth, they're in a petri dish. They're two-dimensional, flat, but up here they form like little spheres, and that's much more similar to how a tumor looks in the body. So actually, up here we can test medication much better than down there on Earth, because up here we have more realistic conditions. And that's just two examples for so many. All the experiments that we do up here are not possible on Earth at all. Over.
Hello, I'm Elisa. Which experiment did you like the most? Over.
Oh, that's a difficult question. I don't know which one. We did so many. I mean, we have more than 100 already. I think one of the ones that I'm most impressed of is one where we can look into live cells. We have a microscope where we look into the cells and what they're doing while they work. Also, of course, many experiments we are giving data. We are the experiment subjects, meaning like we look at our immune system, we take our own blood and investigate it, and that way we help people on Earth who have illnesses, different illnesses on Earth, and that way we can contribute to helping a lot of people down there on Earth, and those are usually the ones I like most. Over.
Hi, I'm Juliette. If you do so, how do you make oxygen in space, and how do you filter CO2? Over.
Oh, very actual question. Just yesterday, I assembled a new life support system that we flew that was built in Europe, and that is a new system that can produce oxygen from water, and it can reclaim water from the space station atmosphere, make new water, new clean water out of old water, and that's the system that we need when we fly longer into space, when we fly to Mars. We need a system like that, and that's why we're constantly trying to improve and make our systems better that we have. We're almost there, building a really good life support system, but not quite yet, so we need to train and test those systems more and more, and that is something that we do here a lot. Over. Belgium, unfortunately we cannot hear you anymore. Just in case you hear me still, thank you everybody for the great questions. I wish you all the best, and goodbye from the International Space Station. Out.